Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dimitar Velinov. I'm software engineer at SAP. And for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you an update what we have achieved in Application Runtime Deployments group over the course of about a year. And before we dive in, I want to take a moment to thank the organizers for putting together this fantastic event. Okay. All right, I'm going to start with an introduction to the working group, who we are, what is our mission and contribution to Cloud Foundry community. Then I will focus on what we have been able to accomplish in the last year, and we'll give you a brief overview of what are our current and future topics. And all right, ART is one of the 10 working groups forming Cloud Foundry community. Johan Eret is our technical lead, and I'm onboarding as an execution lead. We have lots of experience approvers, and a big group of new colleagues are coming. They have already applied for a reviewer and contributor roles. So the group is growing, and with the support of the experienced colleagues, we are building a strong working group foundation. And a few words regarding our areas of responsibilities. So we provide to community tooling and pipelines needed to build and release Cloud Foundry deployment. We also provide test suites to assess functionality and behavioral compatibility of Cloud Foundry deployment. These are smoke tests, acceptance tests, and disaster recovery acceptance tests. Next thing is to provide an update releases pipeline, which purpose is to update individual BOSH releases and the stemcell versions. And in general, our goal is to ensure that community contributors can integrate their component changes into the appropriate reference deployments. Therefore, we are in a constant collaboration with all the other working groups. And like the other groups, we also have regular meetings, and you are welcome to join and ask questions and to discuss common tasks. Our Slack channel is well known as well. And having introduced the working group, let's now dive into the key topics we tackled over the past year. And the first one is FIPS compliant JAMI stem cell validation. You know that FIPS compliant stem cell ensures that the operating system security meets the compliance requirements, which is critical for certain deployments like involving government data or working in regulated markets. So in case of Cloud Foundry deployment, these stem cells become the operating system of BOSH managed virtual machines. So for the purpose of validation, we have been set up. We set up a dedicated pipeline which uploads the stem cell to be validated, and after that deploys Cloud Foundry. So this pipeline, it's a concourse pipeline. It listens for any new CF deployment or a new FIPS stem cell version. And if any of these conditions are met, it deploys Cloud Foundry after that, followed by followed by smoke and acceptance tests. We collected all the issues during the operation of the pipeline and started to work in cooperation with the other community groups in order to solve the issues. You can see here an open parent issue where we track all child issues that are raised for all involved BOSH releases. And you see that quite large list of problems were solved in process of successfully validating this stem cell. So this is the place to thank all the parties involved. and also to say that this is another measure of good collaboration in Cloud Foundry community. So after a couple of iterations and solving all issues, the pipeline went into a green state, and we included this validation as part of our official CF deployment release pipeline in order to validate any new Bosch release against FIPS and any new FIPS stem cell against Cloud Foundry deployment. Also, in order to update the stem cell itself, we have implemented a new job in update releases pipeline. All right, that was regarding FIPS. And next important topic was to integrate the changes coming from the API v2 removal. There is an RFC, defining a plan to disable and finally remove it from Cloud Controller first and then Cloud Foundry deployment. And since this is a fundamental breaking change, the removal was divided into 3 phases. And phase 1 ends with turning off by default v2 in CF deployment releases. More details regarding the other 2 phases you can find in the RFC document. And so here, from CF deployment perspective, in order to disable v2 API, we started with changes in our Bosch bootloader test environments. And the way was to apply a disable v2 operations file to all our CF deployment jobs on the corresponding bubble environments. Next was to adapt the acceptance test. And since this is a breaking change, it ends up in major CF deployment release with the disabled version 2 API. All right. All this was in the recent past, and now let me talk about our most current topic, which is validation of the Ubuntu Nobel stem cell. So similar to FIPS, we implemented a dedicated validation pipeline, which is listening for new available Nobel stem cell in Bosch IO. Or new CF deployment release, and if any of these conditions are met, it deploys Cloud Foundry, followed by smoke and acceptance tests after that. Again, we collected all the issues that appeared during the operation of the pipeline and started working in collaboration with the colleagues to solve the issues. And after a couple of iterations and solving all the issues, in the issue tracker, the pipeline went into a green state, and it is currently running regularly. What is next step would be community to release the GA version of Nobel. And from our side, we will continue to run the validation pipeline with the GA version in order to monitor the potential new issues. Another important topic, Alex already described in details regarding IPv6, but from our side, from the Application Runtime Deployments group, we also contribute here in IPv6 support in Cloud Foundry. So from our side, we provide an infrastructure that support dual stack version 4 and version 6 at the same time. We extended our acceptance tests to verify that v6 calls are also supported. But to adopt v6 still in CF deployment and other projects, we will need an update in a Bosch bootloader project. And final highlights from my side to give some scale to our work. We are providing CF deployment releases with the latest component version every 2 weeks and even more often. So in 2024, we made 70 CF deployment releases, and 2025, up to this moment, we have 20 releases. We also validate lots of different scenarios like CF deployment on AWS and GCP infrastructure with Linux and Windows OS using Postgre and MySQL databases. In addition, using GCS and S3 Bob Store, as well as different kind of stem cells. And last but not least, our validation scenarios encountered problems that are not detected by any other tests. Therefore, we contribute to the overall quality of the product. So with that, thank you very much. That was my talk. Thanks for the attention.